So this video is going to be about Teal Swan, the spiritual catalyst. And yeah, Teal Swan, she's awesome. So this is a thank you video about like what she's done in my life. So one of the first things is, well, all of her videos, I experience synchronicity in them. Like right when she teaches me about something, it immediately comes time to apply to my life, or it was like an answer I was looking for. So for one example, I was in school one day, college, and I was going to be like a computer programming major, and I wanted to do that because I was really good at programming, but I was realizing that I wasn't liking what I was doing, and that in the college I went to, they didn't teach me a lot of programming. They had a lot of other credits that I needed, like biology, math, health, just a bunch of stuff. I only had like one programming class a semester, so I feel like I wasn't learning. And so I watched one of the videos about happiness and just going straight towards happiness by Teal, and it was about how we always like have this goal for happiness and we don't go directly towards it, we just go around to get to there. And so I actually learned a lot from that. I was realizing that I was going to school for programming so I could get a job and then get money to start my own business. It wasn't what I wanted to do like for the long term. I wanted to have my own business, but I was using it as a way to earn money to start my business. And so after I watched her video about just going directly towards your goal of what you want to be happy, I decided that I shouldn't be going to college and I should just directly work for my goal, like start learning the things I need to learn on my own, because they weren't teaching it in school or the way I wanted to learn. And just I wanted to learn a whole bunch of different things that they just didn't teach in school, and then that way I didn't have to take these classes that I didn't want to take. So basically right after I watched that video, I already knew what I had to do. And so I dropped out of college right then and there. And then so right after I saw that video, when I was like, alright, I'm gonna stop going to college, I saw a video by Ty Lopez, and I had been following him for a while, and I wanted to do his programs. And he's like a multi-millionaire, like owns multiple businesses that are worth millions of dollars, and he has programs for teaching people like how to be successful in all aspects of life. So I watched a video by him right after I watched Teal's video, and it basically said, it was really funny to me, he's like, this is one of his synchronistic events. Like, he was like, you want to know how you can be rich in life? Drop out of college. I was like, what? That's what I just did. Like, but he was joking, but I was like, that meant something to me. Like, that was a weird joke. Like, right after I said I'm gonna drop out of college, I watched his video. He's like, you want to learn how to get rich? Drop out of college right now. And he was joking, but then I signed up for his programs, and I learned so much from his programs that I just wouldn't learn in school, and that just changed my life so much. And I'm in other programs to learn about like raw food diet and just healthy eating and yoga and meditation, and they just don't have the same teachers for that in school, so I'm thankful for that. Definitely made me happier in life, and I'm on a better path from what I can tell. So that's one event. And actually from her videos, it's always synchronistic. Every time I watch a video, it directly applies to what I'm dealing with, like right then and there. So it's really awesome. I don't know how that happens, but it's really cool. And then another example of that synchronicity, which wasn't from her videos, it was from her book, The Sculptor in the Sky. I actually had a really spiritual experience to where like I felt everything as energy, and it was all like an underlying energy that had unity to it, and it was like a divine feeling. So it's like as if like the whole world was like made out of clay, and it's like, but you didn't know what clay was, then you'd be missing a big piece of the puzzle. So it's like it's like I discovered that clay of the universe. And I was having a hard time like understanding what it was. It was like this energy behind everything, like everything that I could like sense, like a truck or money or like gasoline or paper, like I could see underneath it, or even people, like I could see, like could feel their joyous like souls underneath them, no matter like what they were experiencing in their present moment in life. Basically, it was like all the whole world was like a mask of like a divine energy underneath. And I just realized the unity of like energy and just the universe as a whole, like the unity of it, like it's all just one piece of the same maker. And so actually that's like the next day or the same day I was reading The Sculptor in the Sky by Teal, and actually realized she had explained what I was experiencing, and she calls it source energy, like the unity behind the universe. She says it's source energy. And I just learned a lot from her book, and I always like took that with me in my experiences in life, and that like underlying everything, we're all the same, but we're just different forms of the same thing. It's just a beautiful experience, honestly. I think it's really cool. So basically I just read her book and I learned all about source energy from Teal's perspective, and I just learned so much from that. And so it helped me understand like what I experienced like right away. Like I just happened to read her book right after that experience, and I think that was a life-changing moment for sure. And so yeah, I don't know, I could go into that. I also have this one metaphor like I heard to kind of like elaborate in a way. They said if you know one piece of gold and you know like all the properties of this piece of gold, then you know all gold in the universe, because it's all the same thing. All gold is gold. So it's like if you know one piece, you know all the other pieces there are. And so that's kind of similar with source energy. Like if you know source energy, then you know like everything in the universe. I'm not claiming that I do that, because that I do know everything like that, because there's just an infinite amount of stuff in this universe, and I'm not still on that same spiritual level. That was just like a short experience that I had a few times, and I'm definitely trying to move towards that oneness with source. But that's why it was a good experience, because for that time, like what I came into contact with, I just understood it at a fundamental level. Because when you can see it from like, when you see the source energy, like the divine energy behind what it is you're experiencing, then you're just more intimately familiar with what it is you're experiencing, and it's just a joyous experience. Like you can laugh easily, like there's nothing to worry about ever. You just feel comforted and loved. And so I always relate that with Teal, because she understands how that stuff works in her own way, and she's really good at explaining that to other people. And I think that's awesome. Like she has so many videos talking about source and understanding the law of attraction. And also the law of attraction was just so like obvious in a way when I had that experience. And so like I kind of like just naturally understood the law of attraction, and then she can articulate the law of attraction in a way that most people just can't do it. She just understands it. She knows how to talk about it. So I can learn a lot from her from that. So then another experience I had was like I was experiencing like a heartbreak, someone I really care about or whatever. But I don't know, I saw them with somebody else, and it was kind of weird because like they barely knew them, and I was like, yo, I thought I thought we were closer, and then but I don't know, so it was weird. So I didn't know what to do. I was feeling really weird for like hours. Like I was just doing stuff to make me feel better, just like cleaning and stuff, or just I don't know, meditating, but like it wasn't working too well until I just read part of Teal's book. I think it was I just opened up to the just random chapter, and it happened to be the north motions, your compass, or something. Your North Star compass, your emotions. And so I read through that chapter and I just immediately started to feel better. Like it took me out of that. And I was up to like 4 or 5 a.m. not feeling better. And Teal's book just made me feel a lot better. And so I think that's a few experiences that helped me out, but there's many more. And I think also that Teal Swan is one of the best teachers on self-love. Definitely the best teacher on self-love that I've ever encountered. But after learning from her, it's just hard for me to like even imagine someone who can even come close to her level of experience in teaching about self-love. It's pretty phenomenal. So I think she's an amazing person, and you should definitely check out her channel if you're watching this, if you're interested in learning about spiritual. I definitely think she is the spiritual catalyst, no doubt about that. Like, every time I had spiritual experience, she's able to elaborate it. And also, she can teach about spirituality in a way that most people can't. Like, when you kind of learn about spirituality through religions, it's kind of like harsh and strict or whatever. And it kind of makes you feel like you can't like participate in life. You have to like be like a kind of like renunciant or something. But the way that Teal can explain spirituality, she makes it feel like she integrates the whole world, the physical world and the spiritual world, into one like place, one harmony, like spirit, mind, and matter. Like, it all comes together the way she teaches it, and at no point did I ever feel bad about myself when I learned from her, which I think is a phenomenal thing. Like, sometimes I would learn from other teachers about spirituality and I would just kind of feel bad about being human, but she's like, she makes being human just an awesome thing, like, and it is an awesome thing. So that's why I always love to learn from Teal. So she's an awesome spiritual teacher, self-love teacher, law of attraction teacher. She just knows how the universe works on a subtle level that a lot of people don't understand, and I'm thankful for her for being able to teach that. And I also like what I learned about thankfulness from her, which is like, you don't have to be thankful for what you have, but you can be thankful. Well, you can, but she teaches that you can be thankful for like things in and of themselves, whether you have them or not. So it's like, you can be thankful for like women in your life, and you can be thankful for just the fact that women exist in the first place. And then that, when you carry that with you, then all the beautiful women that you encounter in your life, you're just thankful for them to exist, and you don't need anything from them. But when you come across them, it's just a beautiful experience to just know that they exist. And that's just one example. Like, could be with money too. Like, if you don't have a lot of money, you may feel like, oh, you're thankful for like the small amount of money that you have. But she teaches that if you're thankful for that small amount of money, then you're also focusing on the absence of that. You're like thankful that you have it now, because you're also realizing the times that you didn't have it. And so with that focus, you're focusing on like what you don't have partially. But if you're just thankful for money in and of itself, whether you have it or not, then it comes to you more abundantly just because you're thankful for it in and of itself. Just like water too. Like, maybe you're thirsty in the desert and like you just need some water, but if you don't have that water, you can be thankful for the fact that water is something, like water exists, and in that way it'll be more abundant in your reality. It'll occur to you more naturally. So I think that's an awesome teaching that I learned from her. And yeah, so I think that's it. I mean, I learned a lot from her videos, and they're always synchronistic to me. and I'm looking forward to more. I'm halfway through Shadows Before Dawn, and I'm gonna buy her new book. I always love her books. Shadows Before Dawn really like touched my soul, so I'm gonna learn a lot from that, and definitely take her story with me wherever I go. I just learned so much about just life from her story, and I'm really thankful for what I learned. Like, I couldn't stop reading the book. Always love her books. They're always something I go back to, and I definitely cherish reading them, so it's awesome. Yeah, so I'm gonna post this up. If you want to vote for me, that would be awesome, because you can or I might be able to get a free synchronization workshop and go meet Teal in one of her live workshops, which would be awesome. Synchronization workshop. Get to just change the world live and in person. And I watch her just heal a whole audience at once, mentally and spiritually, and on all levels, because she can see all levels, how they connect, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, all that. I think that's really cool, so I would definitely love to go eventually. Well, if I don't get into this free ticket, well, eventually I'm gonna meet her one day somehow.